Is it good? Does it live up to the hype? Was the wait worth it? Is it as bad as the movie? How does it compare to the cartoon? The new live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's talk about it. Like a lot of people, I went into the show with cautious optimism. I love Avatar, as many of us do. I grew up on the original Nickelodeon show, and I remember the absolute hype of watching the show as it aired on TV, and discussing with my friends what kind of bender we would be. I enjoyed Korra, if for nothing more than the expansion of that world and the additional abilities we got to see from niche bending. And, like everyone else, the unfortunate movie left a pretty bad taste in my mouth. That being said, I purposefully didn't read or look into any reviews for this new show so as to not preemptively color my opinions. I know next to nothing about the current discourse and intend to keep it that way as I go on to finish the show. But for now, after the one episode test, I gotta say I'm genuinely pleasantly surprised, excited even. While watching, I felt that it did a good job capturing the feeling I used to get when watching the original cartoon. It's not perfect by any means, but that's not the point for a show like this. Its target audience is people like me, those that watched the OG when they were younger and remember it fondly. The appeal and marketing for the show was nostalgia from the get-go. Nostalgia for great action, cool elemental bending, some campy humor, but most of all, heart. And so far, all of those boxes are checked. The designs, sets, and scenes are all pretty faithfully adapted. The costumes are all appropriate, and the small Water Tribe village and Fire Nation vessels look just like how I remember. The performances by each of the actors also seem like a good fit. Aang, Katara, and Sokka feel comfortable so far, and I'm especially looking forward to more of this Zuko. Of all the cast, Iroh actually stands out as the most different from his cartoon source, but I'm chalking that up to just how iconic the original was. The direction for the live action may have actually purposefully wanted to differentiate this iteration a bit more, and I'm holding off from casting judgment until I see more of him. Of course, there are some aspects that differ significantly from the cartoon. The first 20 minutes or so are actually new original scenes from the beginning of the war, where Sozin plans his assault on the air nomads. And I thought it was a great hook. It sets up the future plot nicely, allows for good character establishing moments for both the hero and the antagonists, and shows lots of bending fights and spectacle. Other parts can be a bit more on the nose though, like when Gran from the Water Tribe recites the opening from the cartoon show word for word in an awkward bit of exposition dump, or when Aang speaks to Appa about how he's feeling with his new destiny, in case it wasn't obvious enough for the audience already. Honestly, it's when the show has to hit relevant plot points that it feels kind of extra clunky. The pacing gets skewed a bit more, and the dialogue becomes more heavy-handed. On the whole though, I'd say it's pretty smooth and not a complete cringe fest. More good than bad, for sure. At the very least, you gotta give them credit for getting the pronunciations of the names right. If you're someone that has never gotten into Avatar before, I think you'd actually enjoy this setup pilot episode a lot and be curious for more. Anyway, that's it. My tune could completely change over the course of the next 7 episodes, but I wanted to say something good while I'm still optimistic. I'll binge it within the week and we'll see how it goes. Firebenders for life.